Hello everybody, my name is Richard Houlihan from Eudamed.eu. I've been asked to make a quick video to show how our spreadsheet templates for Eudamed fit in with the regulations and how they make the collection and the collation of your data a lot easier for you. First of all, we've created one spreadsheet per regulation and directive. So there's one spreadsheet for MDR, MDD, SPP, IVDR and IVDD. All the fields currently required and available within Eudamed are covered within these templates. Now, as you can see on screen, there is many tabs inside in these spreadsheets, and everywhere you have repeating data, you must really have another tab. For example, if you enter a basic UDI, that basic UDI might have 20, 30, 40 UDI DIs beneath it. So unless you want to keep repeating your basic UDI data for every UDI DI, then you separate them into different tabs. Same with any of the multi-language fields. Anywhere where there's repeating data, you must create another tab. Now, the spreadsheet on screen here is our demo spreadsheet. It's a cut down version of the MDR spreadsheet. There's only 7 or 8 tabs on this, but in the main MDR spreadsheet, there's approximately 20 tabs. And because there are so many tabs, this is why we've put in this navigation dashboard. Because if you had to scroll back and forth across all of these tabs, and if you can imagine 20 of them, you could be going back and forth and it would be a real nightmare to navigate. So what we've put in place is this dashboard to start with. But before I show you the navigation, I just want to show you 2 useful things about this dashboard. First of all, it tells you exactly how many rows are on each spreadsheet, or each tab. But within each tab, it also tells you how many are of the latest version, because you might have multiple versions in each tab. And the navigation is very simple. You literally hover over a link, click on it, and it moves you to that tab. You want to go back to the dashboard, click on home, you're back again. It's very quick, very easy, and very handy. Now, one of the biggest parts of these spreadsheet templates is the management of the required fields, because there's a lot of required fields. And if you click on the new button, it immediately identifies for you which are the required fields currently required by Eudamed. As soon as you type some data into it and move off, it changes color. The reason for this is so it highlights which fields for the end user that they still need to populate. They still have to put this in. For example, the issuing entity. It gives you a complete list of issuing entities, and of course, whichever issuing entity you are purchasing your UDIs from, you select it. And as soon as you've selected it, it's still required, as you can see with the red asterisk on the column, but it shows that you've populated it. Now, if you've got hundreds of records in there, this will make life an awful lot easier for you. The next part that you need to pay attention to is the if applicable. Now, the if applicable fields have this purple asterisk. For example, the authorized representative. This is only applicable if you're a non-EU manufacturer. And we've managed to capture that as well. So we're going to pretend now that you're a non-EU manufacturer. You go into the Info and Config tab. You click on this first option, which is select if you're a non-EU manufacturer, because it affects certain rules. And once you go back to the basic UDI tab again, you'll see that the authorized representative is now mandatory for any new record. Another field, or a couple of fields where this is important, is if it's a special device type. As you can see, the special device type is not mandatory in these ones. But if we go in here and say it is a special device type, then this becomes mandatory, and you have to select one of these options. Device name and device model. One of those has to be selected. Not both of them, but just one of them has to have data entered into it. And as soon as you enter the data into it, the other field becomes non-applicable. And this goes for all the fields. And as you can see in the basic UDI, there's quite a lot of fields. but this is just the basic UDI. We haven't included all the UDIDIs or even all the tabs associated with the basic UDI in this demo. So the next piece I would like to mention is the versioning. Now, the spirit of MDR is that you track the entire life cycle of the device. Every single version has to be tracked. But with the delay of Eudamed until May 2022, this causes an issue for manufacturers because you're still going to be required to manage and upload all your versions. So what we've included in this spreadsheet is versioning. There's 4 areas where you can version: your basic UDI, your UDI-DI, your market information, and your packaging. And on each of these 4 sections, we have included versioning. And how the versioning works is, first of all, if you've entered a basic UDI, and there might be multiple tabs with basic UDI information, from the basic UDI to the certificate links to the UDI-DI. So if you click on new version for a basic UDI, you have to select the row that you wish to duplicate. It has to be the latest version number, and as soon as you click new version, it duplicates this row, changing the latest version to the new one and incrementing the number by 1. But it's not just this row that's duplicated. Any associated records on the associated tabs that have the correct basic UDI, the correct latest version, and the version number, they will also be automatically duplicated for you with the new version number. Once the duplication is completed, you can then go in and update whatever fields are required for the changes on the new version. But you must remember that there's only certain fields that Eudamed will accept for change for new versions. So if you happen to update some fields that it doesn't accept, Eudamed basically ignores it. It only will read in the few fields that it's going to work with. Now, the next piece I want to just point out very quickly is the info and config. On the live version, there's lots of business rule information in here. We've seen that you have the option here to turn on and off the required field for the non-EU manufacturers. But to make life easier, we've also put in a couple of template filters for you. The first one is you only want to display the latest version when you go looking at your tabs, because if you're going to have thousands of devices and then many versions of those within, you don't want the whole place to be cluttered with the old versions. You only want to see the latest versions. So by clicking this tab, it literally just filters it every time you open the spreadsheet. The next one, this is for the versioning in descending order. Again, it's just something to make life easier. You can turn these off within each tab yourself, but it's just to make life easier. It points out the required fields and tabs. Any required field or tab has this orangey color. The latest version is marked with the green, and the optional tabs and fields use this color. For the Eudamed uploads, this is for the future. This is optional. You do not have to use this within our system, but it's an option for you. Eudamed.eu is going to provide a subscription service where you will be able to upload these spreadsheets. We will take your information, convert it to the required XML, and then upload it on your behalf to the European Commission. We'll manage all of the notifications, we'll manage all of the information back and forth, if there are successes, if there are failures, what are the errors, and we pass these back to you. So the Eudamed tab in this spreadsheet is for the future, and it's just to make life easier on you if you decide that you wish to use the Eudamed.eu subscription service. For now, that's everything I have to show you. If you wish to get more information or you have questions, comments, then please do contact us. Our contact information is on our website, Eudamed.eu. I hope you found this short demo useful, and I thank you very much for your time.